Race 2 of day 2 of the 2005 Biathlon World Championships, and the women's pursuit, the race coming up in just a few minutes' time. Based on the results of yesterday's sprint event over the short 7.5 distance, today they go a little further, 10,000 metres the distance. Mike Dixon alongside Patrick Winston for this race. Mike, do you see Uschi Diesel doubling up on the gold she got yesterday?
I would love to believe and say yes, but somehow I don't feel, especially in the four shoots this time, I don't think she'll be able to hold it together on the range. We saw her skiing very fast yesterday, but you never know what happens in these pursuit races.
Well, the winner of the men's sprint doubled up with a victory in the pursuit just earlier today. I wonder whether Diesel can do it. It's going to be tough, but she's got the fans behind her. How much is that a help or a hindrance when they respond to every single move you make?
Yeah, I think that will help Uschi because there's excitement here. It's like a mini festival, and that helps to relax the athletes, like a big carnival here.
Well, Frank Look has been out on the courses again, and here he is with his comments before the start of the race.
So, jetzt ist es wichtig, die richtigen Handlungsreihenfolge, Stöcke ablegen.
Here he is coming in, talking us through the shooting position, saying the most important thing is to come into the shooting position as quick as possible. Open up the sight protector, check the sight,
so, schnell in Anschlag gehen.
And hook the
So, und jetzt, das ganz Wichtige,
rifle into the arm.
Die roten Fahnen zeigen den Wind an. Man muss jetzt überprüfen, hat
Says if the wind's too strong, you might have to adjust the aim by changing the sights.
Hier dieses Rädchen, da steht ein
And here he is pointing out the sights. Mike, this is something you know loads about.
Wenn der Wind von rechts kommt,
he's saying when the wind's coming from the right,
bei links drehen und so dreht man dann
you adjust by
ungefähr 1 Zentimeter
screwing it anti-clockwise, so into the wind.
Selbst hier entscheiden, wie viel hat sich der Wind zum Anschießen verändert, wie viel korrigiere ich hier an diesem Diopter. Und das ist eine schwierige Angelegenheit. Der Trainer steht hier nur etwa 10
So 1 or 2 clicks are about 1 centimeter as you adjust them. And that allows for the probably about a 2 or 3 kilometer per hour strength of wind. It's not an easy decision, he says, as he puts the magazine in. 5 rounds, only 5 rounds. Then he puts the bolt forward. It's a brave cameraman. And Frank has the perfect position. His elbow's right under, almost under the centre of the barrel. Said he'll try and hit 5 shots.
So, das waren 5 Treffer, aber ich muss gestehen, ich habe liegend auf Stehenscheiben geschossen und da ist es im Grunde genommen keine große Kunst, diese 5 Scheiben zu treffen.
So there he says you got 5 hits. Standing targets obviously bigger than the lying ones.
Stöcke aufnehmen.
So pretty easy for him to hit the standing and the prone position.
Here
he is down the butt end of the range, just showing you how close the shots have to be, and pointing out to that mark on the right, saying this is a definite miss, penalty incurred for that. And the other one down the bottom, a 50-50, and that was enough to put the target down. So just a matter of a couple of millimetres. Both shots essentially a miss, but one of the rounds splitting and taking the target down, and that can decide gold, silver and bronze. It's that close. Lots of luck involved. Well, here we get some shots of the electronic targets and the sensitivity set for today, and they'll have to calibrate all the targets so they're fair, and this is how it's done. Every single target checked before the start of the race. Now, Mike, you were around when they were just mechanical targets as opposed to electrical.
That's right, the cantilever, and Somehow, when these electronics came in, the shooting standards went up. They were slightly kinder, I felt, and so did many of the biathletes at the time. But as you say, they're very fair, checked out before each race.
And repainted, of course, before the start of a World Championship event. So here we are, thanks to Frank for his look at the targets. We haven't seen any problems so far these World Championships, but in the past there have been one or two targets that the athletes would avoid.
That's a fair comment, and sometimes when the speed and velocity of those bullets hitting them, damage is done as the World Championships progress, or World Cups, so you have to keep them well maintained all the time.
Well, let's hope we don't have a problem today. There'll certainly be one or two shots that split the edge and may even decide the medals. Let's just inform you of the favourites today. Uschi Diesel starting. We've mentioned her having got her first ever World Championship individual gold medal yesterday. That was probably the most popular result we've seen for a number of years. Zaitseva starts 2. Zabrilova of Belarus coming back to form starts 3, 27 seconds down. Then Sandrine Bay starts 4, Mike. I see with the bookies she's no longer the favourite, and she was hot favourite to win yesterday.
I'm surprised to hear that, because her ski speed, she missed 2 targets and she's only 34 seconds off Uschi Diesel's time.
So starting just behind Bei of France is an exciting athlete, Xingyang Liu of China. There she is. Certainly got the potential to win.
Absolutely, the ski speed. We've seen her shoot the perfect 20 out of 20 in the pursuit in Ruhpolding, where she fell sadly in the last 500 metres.
Elena Zabrilova there, just waiting to have her rifle checked. Looks a little nervous. Her daughter, 11 years old now, will be watching on. And I wonder whether she's going to turn into a future champion.
I wouldn't be surprised. As you say, her daughter attends a lot of the World Cups with her as well, so she's getting used to the environment.
Anna Begali starting 7 today, got the bronze medal in Oberhof just under 12 months ago. There's the star of the show yesterday, Uschi Diesel.
There's the smile. She's always happy. Now they're checking the number on the rifle to confirm it's been inspected.
Olga Pilieva, World Cup leader, but that means nothing at this sort of an event. Olga Zaitseva has been on great form, almost took the win yesterday, just ran out of puff in the last 2 kilometres and let Diesel in through the door, except it was Zaitseva trying to chase Diesel's time. 15 seconds lost on the last 2.5 kilometre loop. Sandrine Bay of France, hot favourite yesterday, as I said, has dropped down the order today, but she's the champion from 2003 in the pursuit event. So I think that sort of experience and that sort of success could be a key factor today. Here are the World Cup standings, and they will get points from today's race. Pilieva leads, slim margin over Bay. Caddy Wilhelm only 26 points back, but she's got a bad start today. 28 she is wearing, and that's as a result of a poor race yesterday. Wilhelm has got a lot of work to do if she wants to keep in contention with those 2 women at the top of the table. Here we are out on the course. Tough course here in Hoffelsen.
And it is indeed. This is the last steep climb prior to the drop-off down into the range, and good to see the spectators out there on the track. So down the field, the open area, little climb there, bottom left as we come up. There's the spin around for the first split timing under the bridge, and this is the steepest of climbs. Long recovery, get your breath back into the range, round the penalty loop and on to the next loop.
Or hopefully not around the penalty loop. We'll have to see. There will be plenty of penalties. Only one man shooting clear in the men's. That was Sergei Chepikov. Afternoon, and we're waiting for the start of the women's pursuit event based on the sprint from yesterday, and it's Uschi Diesel who is going to start the race. She has got an advantage of only 4 seconds over Olga Zaitseva. Elena Zabrilova starts 3rd, 27 seconds down. There's the list of the early starters. All of those women up to certainly up to Bavrel Robert have a chance of winning this one if they can shoot well. Absolutely crucial to hit 18 or 19 out of 20 if you want to get yourself on the podium. Away goes Diesel. This her second chance at a gold medal in an individual race. Zaitseva, the quicker of the 2, maybe in the early stages. We'll see how she goes. There goes Zabrilova. She's on much better form than we've seen at any stage of the season. Zabrilova Fourth in Oberhof in the pursuit there. I think she could go a whole lot better today. Waiting, eager to get away. The Belarus athlete on the tracks now, chasing down that 27-second deficit. Sandrine Bailly goes at 34 seconds. And then Olga Pilieva waiting, starting number 6 at 44. And wearing the yellow bib of that World Cup lead. It could all change today. She's really got to beat Sandrine Bailly to ensure that she keeps it for another race. Anna Begali starts just behind Pilieva. The two Russians could work well together in the early stages. Kostenko of Ukraine, an outsider, starting 8th. Her PB yesterday, finishing up in the top 10 of the sprint event. Bavrel Robert goes for France. And then Anna-Karin Olofsson of Sweden starting number 10, and away she goes. It'd be nice to see her get a top 5. Mike.
It would, and absolutely Olofsson is wanting to shoot the perfect shoot today, which could well place her in a medal.
The best of the Norwegians from yesterday, Tora Berger just getting underway, the 23-year-old from Trondheim. Behind her, Nazarova of Belarus. Shona Usova of Russia could be a good climber, starts 13, certainly capable of top 5. Yin of China, Liduma, Guidon, Maguro of Japan, all underway now. Katrina Holubachova of the Czech Republic starting 18, hits the tracks, and we're still waiting for the start of Kati Wilhelm of Germany. Away she goes, someone who's brilliant at majors but had an absolute disaster yesterday, finishing down in 28th position.
The German team, except Uschi Diesel, obviously winning the race, 28th, 31st and 32nd yesterday, and here they are, or here's two of them, Katrine Appel and Denkinger. They're going to move so far forward today, and I wonder if they can make the top 10 positions.
Well, a furious start by some of those starting further down the order. Diesel always likes to start fast. We've seen that in numerous relays where she generally gets the first leg and leads the way out of the stadium. She will push from the off.
It's a new experience for Uschi today, the World Championships, to be leading the sprint race into the pursuit. And so there is a change, a different psychology for her, but she's had all night to think about that.
Sandrine Bailly has... well, she's been caught by the Chinese skier Xingyang Liu, but there was only 1 second between them at the start. Anna Begali going okay. Those two just trying to check on Elena Zubrilova, who started 3rd, and we're waiting to get some indication of her form. We should get it here as they come through the 1.2 kilometre split point. 4 seconds between the first two initially. Diesel has opened up another few metres ahead of Zaitsever. Nothing to worry about as far as the Russians are concerned there. Zubrilova does look to have dropped off the pace, Mike.
She does a little bit, but I think it's Uschi's enthusiasm on this first lap. She is certainly skiing faster than yesterday and trying to destroy Zaitsever just a little.
Sandrine Bailly going through 1.2, started 34 seconds down. She has gained a little bit of time, 30.6 now. Liu has gained 4 seconds as well. Zubrilova has dropped from 27 to 33, so she's going backwards, but Sandrine Bailly really setting the pace amongst the chasers.
Just looking at Zubrilova there, I think that might be her strategy. Just take it, when I say steady, it's a World Championships, you're taking it hard, but she's not trying to destroy herself in this first 2 kilometres.
Olga Pilieva and Anna Begali skiing together as expected, 51 seconds back. They started 49 and 44 seconds, so they've lost a little bit of time to Uschi Diesel at the front. Kostenko of Ukraine, Mike, we haven't seen the Ukrainians or the Belarus athletes do much this season, but it's starting to come together.
And her ski speed there in the first 1.2, respectable. She is well and truly in the race. Bavrel Robert, not the fastest of skiers, but the best of shots.
Now, have you got her in your your list of top 5 performers on the basis that she's one of the best shots?
I believe I have. I may have placed her in my best 5 in 5th place. But it's down into the range now. Now Uschi is recovering. She's deep breathing now, trying to recover her body as much as possible.
Very, very quick loops indeed. Only 2,000 metres in between each shoot. Not a lot of time for recovery. Not a lot of time to forget a disaster should you have one on the range. And there is a case for the women's pursuit being lengthened a little, or do you think it's about right?
I think you're right. It's a bigger factor for the women today with such limited time out there skiing. It's hard to pull back the 24 seconds penalty, which you have to take round the loop if you miss a shot.
What about shortening the penalty loop?
possibly to 120 metres. That would maybe level the race out. But the strategy, the mindset here is that the women will be a little more careful than the men in the shooting.
Well, they need to be, because the penalty is that much greater than it is in the men's event. The men racing over 12.5, the women over 10, and it takes the men a few minutes longer to complete that distance. Now, Uschi Diesel, the prone, last year gave her all the problems. Already the wind proving a factor. So 4 out of 5 limits the damage for Diesel. Olga Zaitseva playing the same tactics as Chepikov in the men's race this morning, just taking her time. I wonder whether she's had a briefing from the head of the Russian team.
I think so. She's probably had a chat with Chepikov, and he took his time. He didn't stress on the range, and Zaitseva has that same mentality. She doesn't panic too much. Same with Pilieva.
Steady progress from Sandrine Bailly. She gets the first 5 down. Xingyang Liu keeps herself in the race. Now, Elena Zabrilova, we've already seen her lose a lot of time, and she's taking time in the prone. And she makes sure of that one. Olga Pilieva and Begali go head-to-head now. The two Russians, and the first miss for the World Cup leader. That's not a good sign. Pilieva throws 2 and 3 wide, and Begali, I think, maybe possibly distracted by the misfortunes of Pilieva. They've both missed 2, and Pilieva in the end 3 penalty loops, and she is in trouble. That yellow bib, but already at this stage you can say it's moving back to Sandrine Bailly.
Absolutely, that is a complete disaster for Pilieva. Absolute disaster. Who could have expected that? Wind was a factor, but she pushed hard out there to try and catch Uschi Diesel. Maybe come in just a little bit too hard. Nazarova struggling there, missing 3 as well.
Now the first 2 shoots in the prone, and then the second 2 in the standing, and there are 1 or 2 women, Mike, who do struggle with the standing shoot. Do you see anyone being up there in the running in the early stages? Yin, for example, from China, and then dropping away as the standing shoots start to have an effect.
Indeed, the stand, the race is coming into its second half, and you're thinking more, the pressure's on.
Top 8, only 1 of them missing a target. That was Uschi Diesel. With 1 penalty loop, Olga Zaitseva has gone through. Now we'll get a chance to see where she missed. The first shot absolutely central from Uschi Diesel. Second one thrown high right.
High right, well that is the wind coming over from the left, pushes the round over to the right and high.
So you'd put that all down.
Panasonic, official worldwide Olympic partner.
Welcome back to Hogfilson. We're into the early stages of the women's pursuit over the 10-kilometre distance. Zaitseva, Diesel, Bailly, the top 3 at the moment. Xingyang Liu has closed the gap to just 11 seconds, having started 35 seconds down on the leaders. Excellent start for Liu of China, but her standing shooting not quite as strong as her prone, Mike. She could come unstuck at that stage.
Indeed, and well, Pilieva, the big news is from 6th, she's dropped all the way down to 25th in the yellow bib. 2 minutes 5 behind. Well, I'm not sure Pilieva can pull her way back into the top 10.
Well, Pilieva was put at 9-1 by the bookies. Favourite for the race, the current leader, Olga Zaitseva, 2.75-1. Diesel, 3.65. A good bet might have been Zabrilova at 12-1. Or what about Shona Usova at 45-1?
Indeed, Sharon Usova has been performing well, but she's lost her ski speed. She was taken over to the European Championships way over in Novosibirsk. Sorry, in Khanty-Mansiysk, and maybe just a little too many races. Well, that's Uschi being passed there.
Xingyang Liu has been skiing very well all season. Had some good results, 6 times in the top 10 so far this year. She's 27 now, 16th in the World Cup standings last year, 8th this year. Next year could be a big one. We could be looking at medals for Liu at the Olympic Games.
I really believe that there's another chance in this coming summer to build more strength, more shooting control, and we've seen already Liu's speed is brilliant out there. Just needs to mature a little more as a biathlete.
There's Zaitseva. working hard as she comes in for the second shoot. Bailey looks beautifully relaxed on the skis, so well balanced. I'm not sure she hasn't been to the same ballet dancer that Poiret went to get his advice on how to control the body, how to get maximum efficiency out of it.
Yeah, huge aspect, the balance, and later in the stand shooting, it's all about balance as well.
Prone shoot number 2, Zaitseva lane 1, Sandrine Bailly in the red bib, lane 2, Lou Diesel make up the first 4. Zaitseva certainly wasn't hanging around with that first shot. Watch the telltales blowing strongly from left to right. Each of the cheers corresponding to a hit from Ishii Diesel. Lou still clear, just as I said, she throws the 4th shot wide. 2 mistakes from Bailly. That's extraordinary stuff from the French woman who's been so good with a rifle this year. Zaitseva just waiting for that last shot, but it's Ishii Diesel who has gone back into the lead with a perfect shoot in the second visit. A long, long way to go. Here comes Elena Zabrilova. She's still dropping off the pace, Mike. I can't believe this is tactical. I think she must be feeling the worse for wear after yesterday's effort. And the crowd have gone absolutely mad having seen Ishii Diesel exit in first place. Not only has she done that, she's got a good lead.
Ishii has the full support of all the spectators out here, and a chance for Zabrilova to pull time back because the other girls are still on the penalty loop. 5 with 5.
Well, we'll get the times in a moment. 22.7, the difference between Diesel and Lou, the Chinese woman who so nearly won the pursuit in Ruhpolding just after Christmas, but fell in the last 150 metres to hand the victory to Olga Pilieva. Zaitseva in 3rd, Zabrilova in 4th, 36 seconds down. Well, maybe I have to eat my words. I mean, she's just taking her time, but shooting well.
I think Zabrilova has looked at this, studied this race, and it doesn't always go hand in hand that if you push hard in the early stages, it doesn't go hand in hand that you can get on the podium.
Good to see the 2 Norwegians, youngsters coming through, Ishtad and Sherholm, both shooting well. They're missing Liv Greta Poiret today after a poor race yesterday. The reigning champion in the pursuit decided not to race. She was going to start number 37, but I think she's probably done the right thing, withdrawn, trying to solve the problems that she's got. Just can't find her ski form at the moment. Katrine Arpel, 5 out of 5 for her on the second visit. Away she goes. Good shooting from Arpel, but she's got a lot of work to do to get back into this race. It's all happening up the front. Diesel, sensational first and second shoot. She's back into the lead where she started, but Lou, Mike, in second place, 22 seconds down, but skiing faster than anyone.
Definitely skiing faster. I did notice that Lou's skis on the long run into the range are a little bit slower than Ishii Diesel. Now that could be a factor as the race progresses. Zaitseva losing 6 seconds here, having to hand feed her spare round that she ejected, or a round that she ejected by mistake, I should say.
Most progress being made by Norway's Gromart Ishtad Christiansen, who started 25th, has worked her way up into 8th position. She's now lying 1 minute and 8 seconds off the leaders, having started 1:39. So she's made a 21-second gain in the first half of the race. Great skiing by Ishtad. The bad news for the Russians is that Olga Pilieva is down in 15th place. Did clear the chute on the second attempt, but 3 misses on the first prone, just too expensive for the World Cup leader. Race now of this 10-kilometre pursuit event. Diesel, Lou and Zaitseva, the 3 leaders. Zabrilova and Bailly still in the running, putting on a good chase. They're over 45 seconds down, but those 2 very talented indeed, and both good at the standing shoot, so it could all change. Mike, we've seen what's happening up the front. What about further down the field? We left for the break a little early. Apologies for those of you who are following some of those not in the top 10. Can you give us a quick roundup of what's going on?
Katie Wilhelm started 28. She's way up into 18th now. Missed 1 and then another 1. So good work there for the German. Try and get Katrine Apel. Don't know where she is at the moment. Rachel Steer has moved up only one place, 23rd to 22nd. She's also gone 1-1.
Anna Sprung of Austria not having a bad race either. 42 up into 28, having shot 1-0 so far. 2:42 off the leaders.
Tora Berger, disaster. I thought she'd go well today. She's down in 35th from 11th. She's missed 3 targets.
And 3 misses, but we've already mentioned 2 other Norwegians who are going well.
And Emma Fowler, she's well in there. She started 53rd. She's moved up 1 place and shooting well. She's gone 1-1. Well done, Emma Fowler.
And skiing with Zina Cocker of Canada, who's having a good season so far. Well, I hope that's just about put you in the picture. Nina Lemish, I know she's got some fans out there from the Ukraine in 43rd. 3 misses on the first pro and really putting pay to any chance that she had in this event. And Sona Mihokova of Slovakia, a disaster for her. 4 misses out of the first 10, and she's dropped outside the top 40 as well. And a bit of a mystery what's happening to Michaela Ponza, Mike. I wanted to put some money on her today, but glad I didn't. She's down in 48th.
Yeah, not functioning well. Shooting is still good. She's only missed 2, but she's lost all of her ski form.
No, she was on very, very good form earlier in the season. Back to the leaders, and it's Uschi Diesel once again, first to settle, the first of the standing shoots. Now, this is big, big pressure. Looked very composed yesterday in the sprint, which she came through to win. Looks so much more relaxed than in previous years. Finally, that World Championship gold has been won. This could be a measure of how much celebrating went on last night. Poor start. Watch her face. Sorry, Mike. Watch her face for signs of tension.
She leans forward just before she squeezes the trigger. It's a subconscious reaction. That was low.
3 out of 5. It certainly gives the likes of Liu and Zaitsever and Bailly a chance. Bailly the best shot of the remaining 3 on the range at the moment. Liu and Zaitsever, 1 miss apiece, but Liu rattling through the targets. 1 penalty loop will put a level with Diesel, and away she goes. Bailly taking an age to get the first shot away, and it's gone wide as well. What about Zubrilova? Now, this is where her tactics really will come to her advantage if she can hold it together.
Yeah, I think good tactics from Zubrilova, but it's not working. The wind is stronger from the left. A real factor. 2 misses for Zubrilova. Bailly is taking an age on the range. Look, breaking position.
A chance then for Sweden to move up into the top 3. Anna Olofsson, deliberate shooting, but clear so far. Ishtat and Bavrel have made mistakes. Olofsson still clear. 3 out of 3 so far. Magdalena Forsberg will be watching this eagerly. There'll be a big cheer in the Swedish commentary box if she goes down, and down it goes. 5 out of 5 for Olofsson, and she will move certainly into the top 5. I don't think she's going to be too far off the leaders.
That is so good from Sweden.
Liu and Diesel have switched place, Mike. Are we going to see a Chinese victory? It's still a long, long way to go. The hardest of shoots to come. Zaitsever in 3. Olofsson has moved up into 4th, having started 10th. Great run from the Swedish skier. That will get Wolfgang Pichler excited as well.
It will, and I think it shows very good planning, because Olofsson did not go to Pokljuka. Away preparing for this very race, and 4th place today. That is absolutely brilliant from the Swede.
Well, can she hold it together? Can she keep her mind together more than anything? I don't think her skiing has ever been in doubt. She's a very, very strong skier. Came from a cross-country background just like Magdalena Forsberg did. But it is a question of nerve when it comes to those last 5 standing targets.
It is. Look at Piljeva. She was way down in 26th. She's now fought her way back up to 6th place. She's gone 3 misses in the first pro and then 0-0. 57 seconds behind.
The margin between first and second, 12 seconds at the moment. I was just looking down the results of the World Cup pursuits so far this year. We've had 8 of them. On only 2 occasions of those 8 has someone who finished outside the top 3 in the sprint come through to win. Bailly did it early on in the season, and she did it again in San Sicario. So she's proved the master, I was going to say, of that, but she's the queen of the pursuits at the moment. But she's lying down in 7th, Mike. Had a disaster on the 2nd and 3rd shoots.
And she took a long time, especially on her 3rd shoot. Wasn't comfortable at all. Indication that Bailly is pushing so hard on the track that she just can't get comfortable, can't recover to pull the trigger.
Which way is this women's pursuit going to go? Realistically, the top 7 still have a chance. I don't think Ishtag Christiansen 108 behind. That may be a little bit too much for her to gain. But Sandrine Bay in 7th position, 1 minute, 1 second down. Certainly she's quick enough. And if welcome back, just in time to see Xingliang Liu come through the next checkpoint. And this is where we find out what she's managed to do on the skiing. She's got the lead. It's a little bit of a deja vu. She was in this situation in Ruhpolding just after the Christmas break, but it all went wrong. This time the opposition is a lot closer, and it comes in the form of Uschi Diesel and Anna Olofsson of Sweden, who's moved up past Olga Zaitseva, who looks to be a bit of a spent force, just as she was at the end of yesterday's race. 10.4 seconds separating 1 and 2. Olofsson right on the ski tips, or the back of the skis of Uschi Diesel, and Zaitseva now 14 seconds down, having started this particular lap just 11 seconds, so 3 seconds have gone missing for Zaitseva. Here comes Anna Begali putting in a good charge, 5th position at the moment, 33 seconds. She'll certainly believe that she can win this one.
You know, even at this stage, Patrick, Anna Begali could win this race. Obviously the athletes before her have to make mistakes for that to happen, but it's still possible. And for me, that's why this race is so exciting. It's all change every time they come into the range.
Well, here comes Liu just going through the picture. Diesel and Olofsson skiing together. The pressure is greatest on Liu at the moment. So much expected of her.
It certainly is, but her shooting form has been good. She's missed 2 targets so far. But it just depends how hard she's going to push this hill, trying to gain a little bit more time.
Well, great crowds out on the course, and they're all here to watch Uschi Diesel. And it's nice, isn't it, Mike? So often everyone gathers in the stadium. Obviously, that's where the races are won and lost, but it's so good for the racers to have people out on the courses cheering the way, and a reminder of Oberhof last year.
It certainly is, and it really does help you as an athlete to push just that little bit harder when all these spectators are shouting and cheering you on. Zaitseva's suffering. Now, is she suffering, I'm just wondering, or is she just holding back a little bit to try and recover for the shoot?
Well, it wouldn't be a bad tactic, and then she can maybe up the pace for the last loop, but it's such a quick race, this women's pursuit, just 2-kilometre loops. There's the Chinese team, and they'll be even more nervous than Liu, who just has to go about this final shoot as if it's a training run, block off the fact that she's got 40,000 people watching her today and millions more on television, and the fact that she's never won a race before at this level, and all those things. She's got to block it all out and just think of the number of times she's been through this routine. Now, what does her body language tell you?
There's certainly a lot of tension there, a lot of worry. She's trying to calm down. She's panicking a little bit, trying to get the rifle off fast, which is a necessity. But she does a lot of visualizing, she was saying, in her training. She's been here before, she's been in this winning position in her mind before, and that's important.
1 miss for Liu in the first of the standing shoots. Good start. Suddenly there's a chance for Diesel, Olofsson, Zaitseva. Diesel gets her second down. She's taking her time. Zaitseva deliberate as well. Olofsson starting to crack under the pressure. 2 misses have gone wide. Liu is away to complete the penalty loops. Diesel gets 4 out of 4. Is it going to be another goal? This could be it. Does she get it down? No, she's missed it. Diesel is on the loop, but she's going to have an advantage. Anna Begali has a chance to come through from 5th up to 1st now. Oh no, she's blown that one wide. Must get the other targets. Can't hang around now if she wants medals, because the front 4 all on the penalty loop. 1 loop for Diesel. Begali, can she join them on 1? Well, we go back to the loop to see what's going on. We'll try and update you on the progress as it happens. Uschi Diesel is going to come out in first place, Mike. It looks as though it's going to be gold number 2 after 14 years of waiting for success. Uschi Diesel, there she goes, breaks right. She'll be delighted to see everyone else turning left, back for a second round of the penalty, and she's going to have a 22-23 second advantage at least, and she's on her own.
Brilliant, well done, Uschi Diesel. She did bring out the fastest lap out of herself yesterday. Can she keep that today? Because Lou is
chasing. There she is. She hasn't given up the chase yet. It's a gap of around 75 metres, and she's only got 2 kilometres to close it down. 11 seconds. Well, if there's one woman you don't want to be chasing on the last lap, it's Uschi Diesel.
Absolutely, Uschi Diesel is the master of the push on that last most important lap. But Lou, she's in this position to get a gold medal. She didn't do it at Ruhpolding in the World Cup, and she wants that today. Gabrielle Robert, the best shoot in the world, has moved through, the best shot, should I say, in the world, moved through into 4th place.
Well, she's going to have a mighty chase to hold on to that, because Anna Olofsson is behind her, and well, Olofsson skiing very well indeed. Just cracked on that last shoot. The Swede with 3 misses, 3 penalty loops already completed. She's still up in 5th place. It's going to be a brilliant run by Olofsson, but she knows victory was thrown away on that last standing shoot. Begali in 6th, Pilieva in 7th. Katrina Appel has come through the rankings. She's now in 8th position, having started 31st. All change again. We'll let you know about those slightly lower down the order, but as we watch Uschi Diesel, 5 out of 5. Still falling away to the front, Mike. 4 out of 5, sorry. That one missed shot, the last one, and it was an almighty miss.
It was a huge miss. That was a total misreaction, and she's not impressed. She's impressed me so much today. I didn't think she could hold it. I thought she would miss 4 to 6 shots and leave the window of opportunity for someone else, but it seems like everybody's been shooting badly today. There's 4 in the top 3.
Uwe Musugang very quick to realise what a good position Uschi Diesel is in, and here she goes. It's just great to see her. She works so hard. Perhaps doesn't work as hard on the technique as she might, but she's got an engine to make up for it.
Absolutely, and Uschi, just in her training, talking to her, she says she follows Uwe Musugang's programme to the letter. If he asked her to go out training 3 times on a Sunday, let's say, she will do it. She does exactly as the coach asks, and it's paying off today for her.
Here comes the chaser, Xu Ma Yu, Xinglang Lu of China, who was 11 seconds down. Will get another split time in around 150 metres time. She's got a break round the top of the hill, down the bottom again, and then there's the clock is halfway up the climb for the 2nd time. Diesel coming down a little unsteady on the feet.
Well, she nearly fell there. That would have been a disaster for Uschi. She's round a difficult corner, lost a bit of speed though.
It would have been great for the crowd though. It would have upped the levels of noise by about 10-fold. But she's come through the 2nd corner cleanly. How much time has she thrown away with that little stumble? Lou appears in the background, still looking very steady indeed, but not making a huge impression on the German. It was 11 seconds, it's still 11 seconds, 11.2. No ground or time being gained so far. Has the Chinese got something in the legs for the final stage?
That 11 seconds, I don't think so. Although the trend since the range has been downhill and flat, this section is about climbing, and I think Lou will pull some time back. But 11 is a long way.
Olga Zaitseva on her own in 3rd position at the moment, and no real threat from behind. Anna Olofsson of Sweden has moved from 5th up into 4th, and Anna Begali struggling. It's going to be a fight between Begali and Pilieva, I think, for 5th and 6th position. Olofsson 50 seconds down, 15 seconds behind Zaitseva. That's too much to ask her to gain, but if she can finish in 4th, that would be her best of the season. Begali working hard, 50.9 down. Gabrielle Robert starting to lose ground now as a result of the fact that she's not as quick on the skis. Brilliant shot, but she's just not quick enough to hold off the likes of Pilieva and Begali. Here's Diesel, there's the little stumble. I think really she just got the ski in a rut and got slightly caught out, but safely round the sharper corner at the bottom.
Well, it's safe now. It's all downhill to the bridge and then up to the finish line. A fantastic race again for Uschi Diesel.
1-0-2-1 the scores for Uschi Diesel in the range. It was that last standing shoot where she won the day. 2 misses for Lou, 2 misses for Zaitseva. Gabrielle Robert went clear, but she was a long way behind at that stage. And Anna-Karin Olofsson, who would have been sensational had she taken a medal. 3 misses on the final stand. Diesel, though, held a nerve, missed the last shot, but she's quick enough to make up for that. 33 minutes and 32 seconds, the time taken to make it gold number 2. Germany go to the top of the medal table.
And utterly exhausted. A great day for the Chinese, Lou.
Second time this season Lou has finished in runners-up position. This one, though, that much more important. Those 2 misses at the end. One more shot, Mike, and the gold would have been hers. That would have been a famous day for Chinese biathlon. But mark my words, they're here to stay, and come the Olympics next year, it could be gold.
I totally believe that as well. The Chinese team are growing in stature and strength all the time.
Medal number 2 for Olga Zaitseva. Silver yesterday. She gets the bronze today, and her teammates roaring in behind her. Olga Pilieva limiting the damage. 3 misses in the very first shoot, down in 26th position. She works her way back up to 4th. That's certainly an advert for sticking at it and believing positively. Bagali 5th, Olofsson in the end denied that 4th position finish, pushed down to 6th, but she put in a monster effort early on in the race. And Katrine Apel, Mike, I think the German team will be happy with that.
Absolutely. Well, we said at the start they're hard pushed to make top 10, but Katrine Apel, that I believe is the fastest time of the day from Katrine Apel, the best performance. Just try and confirm that. Yes, it is. She started 1 minute 53 behind, and she's only 1 minute 4 seconds behind now.
Ishtar Christensen of Norway has a very good race indeed. Started 25th, and she was a full 1 minute 39 seconds off the leaders. She's finished today in 10th, 1:28. So, in fact, 11 seconds quicker than Uschi Diesel, who has taken the gold today. Kati Wilhelm, Mike, climbing up through the order, 28th up into 13th place. That's respectable, but still 5 misses.
I think Kati will be disappointed. Big disadvantage to start so far behind in 28th, because you're chasing all the time. You can't relax into your normal race.
Sprint finishes going on right the way throughout the field. Eva Tefalfi coming in for the Romanians.
Lost her ski pole, but carried on.
And just finishing ahead of Rachel Steer of the United States. Missing out on the top 15, but 17th position. Very respectable for Rachel Steer. Started 23rd today. She'll be happy with that performance. Tora Berger didn't have a good day for the Norwegians. Started 11th, drops down all the way to 19th position. 2:33 off the leaders. What about Elena Zabrilova, Mike? Started 3rd, has come in 21st.
Her stand shooting let her down. Perfect score on the prone, but missing 5. 3 and then 2 in the stand position.
Nazarova, Holubachova, Perunka, 22, 23, 24. Anna Sprung, the best of the Austrians, the local team, down in 25th. Pareto of France, 26. All these women picking up World Cup points. Shona Usova, in the end, down in 28th position, having started 13th. So she swapped places, basically, with Kati Wilhelm of Germany, who's done the reverse and moved herself up into the top 13 today. Simone Denkinger, not the sort of race we were expecting from her. 32nd. Doesn't look as though it's going to be her championships.
No, maybe not get a start now in the individual. In 2 days' time for Denkinger. Ponza, look, even the sprint for the finish isn't a sprint. Lost ski form.
And Shona Usova not looking too happy either. I think she's struggled with these courses. They are very, very tough. It's so seldom we see the athletes tiring and exhausting themselves before the end of the race. But it's happened on a number of occasions already in these championships, but not to the number 1 in the world, Uschi Diesel. Great start. 2 golds from 2 races. How many is she going to pick up in these championships? A little battle going on with Oleana Bjorndalen. One British competitor out in the field today. We'll try and let you know how Emma Fowler has been getting on after the 4th shoot, Mike.
Bit of a disaster for Emma, sadly, on her last standing. She missed 4. Lovely sporting gesture here from Koblar. bringing the ski pole of Tavalvi, the Romanian. And she checked twice that there was no one pushing from behind. Yes, Emma Fowler started the race so well, only missing 2 targets in the prone 10, and then the stand really let her down. And that's a pity. So 55th position at the moment for Emma Fowler.
There are the top 8 for today. Germany, China, Russia taking the medals. Diesel, Xingyang Liu and Olga Zaitseva. Olga Pilieva has worked wonders to get herself back up into the top 4 positions, having been down in 26th. The recovery of the season so far from her. Sandrine Bay down in 9th, loses ground in the World Cup standings with a poor run by her standards. 6 misses. This has got some explaining to do there, and I wonder whether the spirits in the French camp as low as they've been all year.
America will be proud. Rachel Steer moving up again, 17th. That's very respectable at the World Championships.
Nadara Laduma, who had an excellent run yesterday to finish in 15th, dropping outside the top 25, and still that form of Michaela Ponza that we saw early season has not returned, down in 35th position. Sasha Santa, the top Italian in previous years, down in 43rd position. And Magdalena Guisdon, usually so good with a rifle, misses 50% today. Well, there is no doubt what the headlines will be about tomorrow. It will be double victories for Bjorndalen and a double golden day for Uschi Diesel. It's been 14 years in the coming, but finally, after 22 medals at championships, she's added 2 individual golds, and she will go happy. One happy person today. We'll see you tomorrow with more races from the World Championships.